one of the things that I said from the beginning, when I came across COA and I had my strategy session, it was that if I wasn't going to, go with someone like yourselves, I'll be, dragging my feet for a minimum of 3 years, I would say, because I just had no knowledge to the tech part and having my own business. So I knew exactly nothing when it comes to that. I have the my niche and I have the experience, I have the skill for that. But when it came to the part of, building a website or getting a landing page done, or I didn't know what ClickFunnels were. I'm being a complete honest here. Like, I've had no idea. I had an idea about PayFunnels and Stripe. I think that's how far I came before I came across COA, and I started with you guys. So I've come far from when I started, really far. Like, one of my biggest wins is that I am approaching the tech part now with a lot more ease. Like, before, I would always panic and I would almost give up before I start because I didn't know what to look at. I had no idea what to trust, where to look, how to look at things. So that's a massive win to me. I don't think I am 100% there with the tech parts. Like, I'm pretty sure there is, a ton more for me to learn, but at least I feel more comfortable approaching it.
Amazing, Ramona.
So that's a huge win. It's a huge win for me. And then getting the ClickFunnels done, writing the HBG, no idea what that was before, like I knew something about a lead magnet, which I had no idea what it was. Seriously, I had no idea at all until like I got into the course and I've learned it through the videos. So, there is a lot of wins, I guess I have been slow in terms of, like, I didn't really sell yet. I haven't yet sold any, my program yet, but I work a lot towards it, and I am aware that it's a work in progress, and I won't be able to just overnight become a seller, because again, I think that's my big challenge right now, that it's selling, it's the getting on the phone. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but last night I got some leads in, and I have this fear when I have to ring them up, like, I get like almost, I feel like I can't talk. It's almost like a small panic attack. Like, you feel like you can't breathe anymore. You can't talk. And last night I literally went downstairs because my son was fast asleep already. And I'm like, I can do it. 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 I literally said it until I actually pressed the button to call.
And that's amazing. Look how you've overcome a previous limitation that, oh, I can't do it. I got tech. This is too complicated. So I can do it. I'm going to do it. And you did it, right? And like you're saying, it gets easier and easier, right? So first of all, what I want you to notice in there is how much you've grown in a short space of time, right? So you mentioned initially 3 years. This work has saved you 3 years of doing it on your own, right? So you got to give yourself credit for that, and just be aware that how fast you're actually moving. And that's something to congratulate you on, because it's just beautiful, right? You're speeding up the whole process.
But I wouldn't be able to do it myself on my own. It's a fact. And I think one of my biggest supporters is my husband, that every time I'm like, I feel on the edge and I'm like, I'm not getting anywhere. And I had nights when I couldn't sleep, but he was constantly telling me, you have to be patient, you have to be patient, you have to give yourself time to your mind to adjust and to learn. So I think, he plays a massive role in this, that, you know, gives me the confidence to carry on going. Because even though, you know, I do have all the information from COA, it's not, you know, exactly like Ed says, they put it down as 1, 2, 3, but I didn't see it as 1, 2, 3 many times. Like it took my brain many rounds before I understood. Many rounds, like
And
listening
that's
to the
okay.
same thing again
That's and that's beautiful, Ramona. And that's the process. I want to know you are doing the work. You're not giving up. You're showing up, and you're getting better and better and better all the time. And this is something that I just want to congratulate you on.
Thank
I
you.
really want you to understand it is something exceptional. The ability and the resilience within yourself to be like, no, I got this, and I'm going to do it as many times as I need until I embody it. And then you, like you said, you fully own it, and you can do the whole process on your own. And you're very close, very, very, very close. It's like you're progressing, and I can see the change in you. Week by week, you're getting better and better. And that's just beautiful to see.
Thank you.
And other than this, what was your favorite part about COA? Was it some people say the tech, other people say the support group, others, the ability to sell, understanding the closer script, in general, the team supporting them? Like, what was your favorite part so far?
My top, I mean, all of it is amazing. So it'll be really hard to choose, because is thanks to the whole program itself, I was able to move forwards. But the one part that I keep going back again and again is the mind setting. It's getting my mind set, and is getting because I've come from a completely different background, a background that didn't, you know, give me, I didn't have to do any of that. Like I did have to do sort of mind setting, because I've always worked with children, but it's a whole different story. It's a whole different story. And one thing that I've actually had to overcome, it was for many, many, many years, working with children. Many people have advised me over the years to do different things, like people that I worked with. And one of the things that I always went back, and I was so strong about it, is that I can work with kids, but I cannot work with adults. That was a thing that it was like, that's why mind setting to me, it's playing such a massive role, because I had to overcome that limited belief that I cannot work with adults, even though I worked with adults. But I was sort of the boss when I was working, because I was the expert on my area, and I would work with the parents of the kids. But the only way I worked is I told them what they have to do. Like, you know, I was giving more of an instructions, and my main job was either supporting morally the parent, but it wasn't really a lot of involvement with adults. It was mostly 98%, it was children. So it was a massive step forwards to overcome that I can, you know, I don't know actually if I can, now that I'm talking about it, I'm, you know, I'm not 100% if I'm there yet, but it's a work in progress.
100%. You're this close, right? And this limitation of not being able to work with anyone is just going to go away, and you will be able to work with kids, parents, anybody else, right? Because you're growing and you're maturing and you're upskilling within yourself, right? So very soon you're going to be able to be in that position. And Ramona, just one last question.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to someone new that wants to join COA? What would you say to them?
Well, it depends on what they would like to do, but if they're looking to, if they're serious and motivated that they want to do something, I believe it's the best way to go with, because it just, you know, it's like Ed saying in his videos that, you know, he's shaving 10 years of work from us. And it really does, because the support is priceless, you know, the support that you get, and you get to, and also that's another thing actually that I should mention, is that the group itself, the people are so supportive, you know, like between our students being in the COA, it's so nice to see that everybody, you know, is cheering for each other. Like, you know, even though I had no, you know, I had made no sales, but I'm really happy when I see people doing it, because it just encourages me that I can do it. Yes, I can, you know, get there. Like, I can't believe that Corona has, you know, reached like 100K. Like, that's amazing. That really is amazing. And then that just goes and says, you know, tells you how powerful the program is, as long as, of course, you are committed. If you're not committed, then it can be very hard, because coming with no experience, you know, I can't say that I found it really, really easy. It was, you know, definitely helpful, but also, you know, hard at times, because it was not easy for me to see. Like, I had at some point, you know, I was stuck on one particular thing for 3 or 4 days, like, and I just kept on going in circles. But, and that's why I say that you've got to be committed, and you've got to be motivated that you want to do it, because otherwise it's quite easy to slip off, to slide off, like, you know, oh, it's hard. And that's why I can't do it by myself.
And that's why we're here to support you all the way now and many years ahead. It is very important, because on your own, growing a business, it's too much. It's too many angles, too many potentials, too many distractions, too many ways of it going wrong. So much easier to follow a system, be supported through the whole process. And I want to know, even though you're saying 3 to 4 days, you're one thing, normally, if you would have been on your own, that would have turned into 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh, maybe months. Even.
Right. So that's my point. And even though your mind says to a certain point that it's been difficult, this is the easiest it would have ever been. On your own. Everything else is just maxed up, right? And it's important to start seeing that way. And because